Brought to you by...
If you're enjoying the content here, please consider supporting us on Patreon or Tippy. What's up, friends? Ollie here, welcoming you back to ETF, where today we are checking out what the waters left behind. This one plays off the very real-world disaster that saw the touristic village of Epicune consumed by a huge volume of water that broke through a protecting embankment. 30 years later, and the waters have since receded. The ruins of Epicune have re-emerged, exposing a bleak, deserted landscape. The once prosperous residents have never returned. The film places a group of young documentarians on a journey into the ruins for a brief tour, ignoring all warnings. They become stranded in the now abandoned village, and contrary to what they have been led to believe, they begin to realize that they are not alone. Spoiler warning. This film is extremely reminiscent of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I don't just mean in tone. The group drives the same type of old van, it shares the same basic premise and plot structure. It even pretty much begins on a close-up of a rotting animal in the road as the van drives by in the background. This film is complete with inbred cannibal hicks, torture scenes, and a climax revolving around, you guessed it, a twisted family dinner scene. Honestly, if I had to describe this one to someone in 2 sentences, I would describe it as if Texas Chainsaw were butt by The Hills Have Eyes, just not as entertaining. This was a rough one to try and get through. Throughout the film, they made use of way too much licensed music. It felt like every other scene would cut into overly loud songs, playing from car radios and such. It was highly distracting and frankly annoying more than anything. The filmmakers worked in the now done-to-death found footage angle by making use of the documentary cameras at a few brief moments, which seems to be something we can't get away from these days. Personally, this film just didn't do very much for me, mostly because I've seen it all before. I'm all for paying homage to films that have come before, especially the ones that have inspired your vision, but there's a clear-cut difference between homage and blatant ripoff, which I'm sad to say that this film pretty much is. For me, it just seemed like they took 2 films that were basically the same premise as it is, and smashed them together around real-life tragedy. I had high hopes for this one, that for the most part were dashed. I do think this film had great production design, the props were very well constructed and highly unique, there were some very good looking special effects throughout, and it was well shot. The editing probably could have been tightened up a bit in places. There's a sex scene in particular that consists of only one uninterrupted shot that we hang on for far too long. It felt pretty unnecessary and could probably be cut down quite a bit. The same thing occurs during the Hills Have Eyes inspired rape scene. They choose to hang on the girl's face for far too long, though here I can at least see that they are trying to push her torment. Personally, guys, I can't really recommend this one, because there are 2 far better films that you could be watching instead that are basically the same as this. This isn't a bad film by any means. If you enjoy Texas Chainsaw and Hills Have Eyes, and you just want more films that are the same, then this one might be for you. I'm always looking for something different, so this one just didn't hit home for me. I'm giving What the Waters Left Behind a C-. If anyone else has checked this one out, I would definitely love to hear what you thought down below. For those who would still like to see this one, it's currently available on Amazon Instant Video. If you enjoyed today's video, please feel free to let me know. It's just a quick scroll down there to that comment section below. If you're enjoying the channel more than words can describe, shoot me a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe. If you'd like to show your support even more, come find ETF on Patreon or Tippy, where every pledge and every tip brings you rewards galore. Not to mention allowing me to bring you more films to explore. But all jokes and rhymes aside, if you have any films that you would like me to check out, or that you might like to see reviewed on this channel, feel free to reach out to me here down in the comments, or over on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. And I will catch you all next time. Thanks for watching.